Hello, everyone. I'm your doctor, and welcome back. Today, we're talking about a condition that affects more than 1 out of every 3 baby boomers, yet most people don't even know they have it: hidden chronic stress. Now, this kind of stress is often silent. It doesn't cause obvious panic or breakdowns. So let's get started. They raised families, shaped culture, built businesses, and defined an entire era of American life. But now, more than 70 million baby boomers are entering their senior years, and something unexpected is happening. Behind the image of resilience and independence, a quieter crisis is unfolding, a crisis of hidden stress, rising loneliness, and a healthcare system millions say was never built for them. This is the silent stress epidemic affecting the generation that built modern America, and what they can do today to regain energy, focus, and emotional strength. Every year, the American Psychological Association releases its Stress in America report, and in 2025, the numbers shocked researchers. Baby boomers, often seen as overwhelmed by aging, retirement, caregiving, and health challenges, actually reported the lowest levels of high stress of any age group. Only 8% said their stress was in the highest range. Meanwhile, younger adults reported severe stress at nearly triple that rate. At first glance, it looks like boomers are thriving, staying calm, staying steady. But the truth is far more complicated, because while boomers report low intense stress, they report surprisingly high levels of worry. 76% worry about the future of the nation, 62% feel overwhelmed by political and social division, and nearly 70% of working boomers say work is a major stressor. So how can a generation be both low stress and high worry? Because the type of stress they carry is different, it's quiet, it's internal, and it's often hidden. Boomers often say they're fine, even when they're exhausted, anxious, or lonely. This generation learned to push through, but pushing through can mask the early signs of emotional, cognitive, and physical strain. For most of their lives, boomers fought through some of America's biggest transformations: economic recessions, cultural shifts, technological leaps, family responsibilities, rising costs, and decades of full-time work. They survived and adapted repeatedly, and that lifelong resilience shaped how they experience stress today. Unlike younger generations, boomers don't always label stress as stress. Instead, it shows up as fatigue, irritability, brain fog, lower motivation, trouble concentrating, a sense of being drained. These symptoms quietly reduce morning energy, productivity, and emotional well-being. Low-grade chronic stress is especially dangerous because it doesn't trigger alarms. It slowly drains energy, affects sleep, increases inflammation, and speeds cognitive aging, all without the person realizing what's happening. While financial pressure and politics are major concerns, researchers found that the biggest threat facing boomers today is loneliness. Many boomers describe feeling disconnected from friends, distant from family, or unsure where they fit in a fast-changing world, and the numbers confirm it. Older adults with high loneliness show 53% fatigue, 60% anxiety, 71% difficulty with self-care. Loneliness increases the risk of depression, cognitive decline, and physical illness, and deeply affects morning energy and focus. After the COVID-19 pandemic, millions of boomers never fully rebuilt their social circles. Some lost friends, some lost spouses. Many simply fell out of routine social life. Loneliness triggers the same biological stress response as physical danger. The brain goes into protection mode, raising stress hormones, lowering motivation, and reducing clarity. This is why lonely adults often feel tired, scattered, or emotionally flat. A major 2024 study revealed a difficult truth. Most boomers find America's healthcare system overwhelming. More than half said navigating appointments, specialists, and insurance is stressful and confusing. 62% feel overwhelmed by coverage options, and despite widespread fear of dementia, only 45% receive mental health evaluations. For boomers with loved ones in long-term care, the stress grows. Only 37% rate the quality as high, and nearly 70% fear they won't be able to afford long-term care at all. This pressure compounds day after day, creating a mental load many boomers don't share. When mental health screenings don't happen, early symptoms go unnoticed. Fatigue, irritability, and cognitive changes are often dismissed as normal aging. But they're not. They're treatable when identified early. 1 in 5 boomers today provides informal care for aging parents, spouses, or relatives. This means helping with medications, appointments, bathing, finances, cleaning, all while managing their own aging bodies. And caregivers face higher rates of stress, depression, chronic pain, emotional exhaustion, social isolation, sleep problems, and weakened immune function. The burden is especially heavy for boomers still working full-time, managing adult children, or dealing with their own health challenges. Caregivers are at high risk for burnout because they constantly pour energy out and rarely refill it. This leads to physical fatigue, cognitive fog, and emotional numbness. Without support, caregivers can quickly become care recipients themselves. For many boomers, mental health was never discussed in childhood or adulthood. Therapy was stigmatized, emotional struggles were hidden, and seeking help was often seen as weakness. Today, those beliefs follow many into older age. Millions quietly deal with PTSD, especially among veterans, undiagnosed ADHD or autism, anxiety tied to retirement or shifting identity, depression after losing loved ones, post-COVID isolation, increased substance use, long-standing perfectionism or guilt. And because they were taught to keep things inside, many suffer silently. Mental health conditions don't disappear with age. They simply evolve. And untreated emotional strain is one of the biggest drains on energy, mood, and cognitive function. Despite everything, the stress, the worry, the loneliness, boomers remain one of the most resilient generations ever studied. Again and again, research shows the same truth. Boomers believe in their ability to adapt. They believe they can still build a good life. And they believe they can overcome stress with the right tools. But resilience works best when paired with support, routine, and connection. When boomers receive emotional support, mental health screenings, and simple daily habits, their energy, clarity, and emotional stability improve dramatically. Small changes make the biggest difference. To help combat hidden stress, loneliness, and fatigue, researchers recommend simple, science-backed morning habits that can boost energy and cognitive function. Here's a gentle routine any boomer can try. Starting tomorrow. 1. Hydrate early. Within the first 5 minutes of waking, a glass of water helps flush cortisol, increase blood flow, and sharpen focus. 2. Do a 90-second mobility reset. Neck rolls, shoulder circles, and light back stretches help reduce stiffness and wake up the nervous system. 3. Get 5 to 10 minutes of natural sunlight. This resets the circadian rhythm, improves sleep, and boosts serotonin, the mood and focus chemical. 4. Practice the 4-4-6 breathing method. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. This reduces anxiety and stabilizes energy levels. 5. Make one social connection. A text, a phone call, a short message. Even a small interaction releases oxytocin, instantly reducing loneliness hormones. These micro-habits take less than 10 minutes but create real physiological change. You don't need major lifestyle overhauls to feel better. You need consistency. These small daily actions help rebalance the nervous system and restore the energy many boomers feel they've mysteriously lost. Baby boomers shape the world we live in. Now we must shape a world that supports them. If you're a boomer, or you love one, take the first step today. Prioritize connection, prioritize mental well-being, and build routines that protect your energy and your future. If this video resonated with you, tap like, subscribe for more health insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Your mental health matters, your future matters, and the time to act is now.